So we've just come together on Dja Dja Wurrung country. I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of that country, to pay my respects to elders past, present and to the elders here today. This is part of a yarn that we're going to have about our experience on the provincial walkabout of 2025. Now, I'm just wondering if you wanted to share a little bit about your connection to your country and why it's important and why walkabout was important. Shannon, do you want to go first?
Yeah, see, I'm from New South Wales. I'm not from Victoria, so I had no connection here on country. But how walkabout came across was I was taking some holidays and my plan was to go to the Catherine Christian Convention. And I'd actually mentioned it to Neville Naden. And then I turned up the office one day and the bishop said, "Hey Shannon, I heard you wanted to go to the Catherine Christian Convention. How would you feel about taking some clergy from the diocese with you?" Why not? And there, my friends, is provincial walkabout, Victorian provincial walkabout. So the first year we actually went to Darwin because of the whole concept of the Christian Convention. Then the following year we came back here in 2025. We did the Victorian one, as a lot of the Aboriginal clergy, probably 3 or 4 of us, actually wasn't from Victoria, so we needed to have our own type of cultural awareness of across the state in the areas, different areas that we were being called to work in. So that was the start across the provincial, and we really started moving across, getting a feel for the land, getting a feel of the people, and probably about immersing ourselves in the traditional culture of the area we're in and now living. Yeah. So it was quite amazing, really, and because like would have started about in 1880 when the Reverend J.B. Grewell came to Darlington Point and Warringah's the mission, the Camp of Mercy. He came as a congregational minister, but he also came from Victoria and came through. So in a sense, we're just kind of following these missionaries and taking up our ministry roles as something of a generation. That kind of, that's one of the questions that we get asked a lot is how can you be a minister within the church? And the church has hurt our people so deeply. And I guess in a sense that we're now here in a much better position to work towards social justice and bringing our people forward, and also in a sense, but not in a sense of holding the church accountable, but also that in remembrance of what happened to our people and making sure it's not being forgotten as we go. So.
And I know from my perspective at Kooyoora it was a similar situation in terms of, well, our role is to hold people accountable. It is for social justice, those sorts of things. And I might have known a bit of the history around my local First Nations people in Gippsland, but definitely not across the province, and didn't know half of the things that I learnt on our time together. Was it 8 days? I can't remember. Something like that. It was a good time to get together, I think, to meet lovely people, to hear people's stories. And so for me that was important. And you talk about immersion before, and I think when I did think about walkabout, I think it was cultural immersion, because we got to hear from the traditional owners in each of the places. We were lucky enough to do it with other Aboriginal elders from other parts of the country, to hear the stories and how they connected and were similar. So that was important for me.
It was.
The other...
I'm just going to introduce myself.
Yeah.
My name's Anne Cook. My name's Anne Cook, and I'm actually a traditional Palawa person from Tasmania, but was born in Victoria and has lived in Victoria all my life. When we went on our cultural tour, I learned a lot of things that I had no idea about. Being an Aboriginal person and should have been up with all the cultural things, but that's not really the case. I learned a lot that I didn't know. And a lot of it was very sad.
A lot of it was pretty confronting as well, wasn't it?
It was confronting,
Heartbreaking.
Definitely.
And we had our own experiences with people not understanding our race and our culture and displaying some not very nice behaviour.
Pretty horrific behaviour.
I think one of the things that got me when we visited Payrak, and we went out to the other area where and I didn't get off the bus.
Oh,
No.
yes, yeah.
But like when we stopped there, and they had bullet holes
Yes.
that got me. That nothing has changed because once upon a time the pastoralists, they were given free rein to go and shoot us, shoot our people. So nothing's changed. They're still putting bullet holes in.
Yeah, fresh bullet holes too.
Fresh bullet holes today.
In that sign.
That got me.
Yeah. I think that too. I think I was preparing myself for the sadness and the tragedy of things like the convincing grounds and other places where I knew we were going that held trauma for the First Nations people. But there was an elder that went into a shop when we were just sitting in a cafe, and she experienced racism in that moment, talking about the bullet holes. So it wasn't just what's happened in the past, it's how things are today.
Yeah, and it was actually one of our Walkabout elders that went into that shop, and the racism was directed at her.
Yeah.
So it was happened to we're going to learn about the experience, but bang, it happened to us.
And even the real life thing about going to where those Aboriginal artefacts were and being confronted.
Oh, that was horrific.
Yeah. That was
I'll
hard.
never forget that.
Mm.
I still can't get that out of my mind.
So
Why
that,
they were just all stacked on top of each other, and oh my Lord, that was horrific. I just wanted to cry. No, disrespectful.
yeah. And just, this white person seemingly naive to it, thinking he was doing the right thing by collecting all these things, but not realising just how terribly disrespectful that was. And that was heavy for me that day too, I think. And remember, we wrote a letter. We just as a way of trying to express what we were feeling, I think, in trying to, whether it was sent or not, it was about trying to help him shift from, we know you think you're doing the right thing, but this is an education for you as well.
Was it given to him?
I don't know if it ever went.
I think that is now being dealt with. I think they've been out there, and then now. I'm not sure.
I think each person on the trip was affected at a different level, and those levels you could see as they exited the building, one person at a time at different times.
I couldn't stay.
And then I think the question was asked, had he finished? And someone said, no, we just left. And you could hear the sadness, you could hear, it's like they were crying to go home. Because the artefacts themselves were weeping. You just left in such a sad state.
Yeah. But I think for me the good cut was that action that we could take as a group, and even hearing that, now, it's more controlled by Aboriginal organisations, or they're categorising it, those sorts of things, I think. So it wasn't only a learning experience, it wasn't only a sharing and connecting, it was actually social action. Not through any planning or any, just these things are still happening, and we're coming across them in 8 days. How many things did we come across that we thought, this is not okay?
In the church where they had that little plaque. What did it say, Shannon?
Which class was that?
It was saying that we acknowledge the first people.
Oh, that was it.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
it was about white people being the first people to live
in
there.
acknowledgement of the first inhabitants. Yes.
And again, you spoke to people about that, and so it was this real education in action.
That is, isn't it?
I wonder if they took it down. Probably not.
Well, I think he'll be working towards it. I don't think it's going to be an easy step.
Yeah.
It's a bit of I don't know, something in motion, no doubt. Yeah.
Interesting to see.
Another thing for me was just the interactions with the elders together, and hearing the stories that connected. Everyone was from different parts of the country, but there was just this similar thread of discrimination, racism, reinforced through generation after generation.
And the different sorts of discrimination that we've all encountered on different levels. Oh, you're not dark enough to be Aboriginal. Well, coffee comes in all shapes. That's what I say anyway. That's right. That's right. Yeah, some people are so naive and so rude.
I think one of the things we were talking about this morning, how the cost of being protected during the 1800s into the early 1920s is that we lost our language, we lost our culture, we lost our name. Here I am with the last name Smith, and my great-great-grandfather, he identified as a full-blood Aboriginal. Pretty sure his last name wasn't Smith.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I'm a Smith too, and I'm sure mine wasn't a Smith either.
And also pretty sure his last name wasn't Murray, but apparently he came up from along the Murray River,
So it was easier to say.
so he got the name Murray.
Yes. I have Murray's in home.
Yeah. It all went downstream.
You know what I also I thought was really tragic and lovely at the same time was when one of the Aboriginal elders who had been taken from country to Lake Tyers Trust got to go back to country, and she said it was the first time she'd been there, and she took her shoes off and she walked out on the grass and she said hello to her ancestors and said that she was here.
That is beautiful. We had a bit of an encounter in but it's Wangaratta, where we all stopped by the river, and even we were joined by our non-Indigenous colleagues, and they all took their shoes and socks off and waded out into the river.
That was lovely, huh?
Just to let the ancestors know we're visiting. And I thought that was beautiful when that happened. I just expected the Aboriginal clergy to be doing it, but then everyone else took their shoes and socks off, and sure enough, they're all in the water.
Yeah, that was
Ice
lovely.
cold.
Oh, it was freezing.
Ice cold, but we did it.
No, that was lovely. I enjoyed that.
Snow Queen.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never live that down.
Well, we did. We experienced all sorts of
Wonderful
weather.
cultural experience, I thought.
Yeah.
No, you've never seen snow in all my 70 years.
Then you wore it. Laid it, rolled around.
Bit of snow angel.
Yeah.
She was snow angel.
Landed on my mum. Oh, that's all right.
But she did go
Froze
through. She didn't like it.
No, it was cold. I was a bit disappointed because it's just
I
ice.
was going to say, not all it's
That's
cracked up
what
to
snow is.
No. I was expecting to be soft and fluffy.
Only
Falling
after
from the
it snowed.
sky. But no, Walkabout I think is a wonderful initiative of the Bendigo Diocese. Wasn't for Matt, wouldn't have got kicked off the ground. He was the one who helped. He got it going, made it happen, allowed it to happen. And to be able to continue doing it each year is a huge and true blessing for us. To be able to, and also having Ken come along and drive.
Yes.
And in a sense, it makes it safe. Having him there with us, we feel safe when we're stopped in the middle of nowhere. We know that we're protected, we're cared for.
Yes.
We're well looked after by having Ken come, and plus his experience. He has an extensive experience of working on country out in country with Aboriginal communities, and he can people all over the place.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful asset to Walkabout.
Yeah.
Even his guitar.
We were talking, when I was in New Zealand, we were talking about cultural understanding, sensitivities, those sorts of things. And the idea that sometimes cultural awareness trainings and those sorts of things, they're very tokenistic. You go, you get told some things, you think, okay, and then you kind of forget it and move on. But this, for me, was more impactful. It was the experience of just connecting to people, and also the friendships that have formed have been really important to me in just continuing that. So it's not something that happened at Walkabout.
Yeah.
It's
And
something
they're closely monitored by those who have gone before. I now have people from 2024. Can you send me the itinerary for 2026? We're really keen to go again. They want another go at it.
No, I had a wonderful time. I was tired, but it was wonderful.
It was a
Made
bit
some
hectic.
really great friends. But yeah.
It was full. It was tiring in lots of ways too, wasn't it? Emotionally, you were up and down.
Oh yeah.
But it was good to be with everyone through
Yes.
that. We were
And then
all-
we got to debrief at night around dinner. You know, that was good.
Yeah.
Because we got to debrief over dinner.
Yeah, yeah. Because we were together day and night, so to speak, you know, there was just, even after we'd been out on the cultural tours, we could then talk about it together, about different experiences.
Yes.
It wasn't as if it started at 9 and finished at 5. you
Yeah.
know.
No.
Wonderful.
And we're still talking about it now.
we are still, here we
A
are.
year later.
A year later, I'm in the planning. We've already put the 2026 together,
Yeah.
the itinerary together. So
Yeah. Do you want to
Send in your
get on
application.
board. Take you back. 2026 Walkabout. So we'll be heading from Victoria and heading to Barapa. What's it called? Barapa. We're heading to their country, doing a cultural immersion out there, and a little bit of a river cruise with them, looking at culturally significant sites along the Murray River. Then we're heading back to the bus, and we'll head further north into the Riverina. I'll be taking walkabouters to Darlington Point, to Organiser, where my story begins, out to the ruins there, and then to Wodai Housing for a workshop, and damper and scones, which I know our mob will love. And then we'll head across to Lake Mungo's, across the Hay Plains, Lake Mungo, and into Robinvale for the night. Then we head to Mildura, the Commission, Perry Hill, Sand Hills, and hopefully out to the Rufus River Massacre Memorial Site then. And a couple other things probably in Mildura for the day, then head across to Swan Hill, and then we do a cultural light show at night and visit the old settlement there before heading back to Bendigo. So a bit of a whirlwind, 4-day whirlwind, but it's opened up to more of a family orientated trip. This one we already have a family signed up to come, so we'll be out there early, so to get your seats early.
Right.
Well, you didn't mention the Devon sandwiches, though.
We thought we'd save you.
That's the secret.
The secret ingredient.
Not it's tomato sauce.
Devon
the
sauce,
tomato
tomato
sauce.
sandwiches you'll have for lunch one day. Unless Fiona's
Are you
there.
having anything on the menu?
Of course, we'll always have a Devon and tomato sauce sandwich, or Devon
Tomato
sandwiches.
Yeah,
Minus
it's not
the sauce for Fiona.
No.
Special order.
But yeah, but you made them.
I did, yeah.
You done well. But yeah, I think it will be really good this 2026, and I think it's more special to me that I'm being given the opportunity to say this is home for me. And we'll go back to the church at Organiser, at St Paul's Anglican Church, and we'll look at the pulpit, the lectern, and the altar, which came from Organiser mission. So that's really special to me because that's the church I grew up in. Can't say I was baptised in there because I wasn't. I was baptised in hospital. That's another story. But I was received into that church as maybe a 2 or 3-year-old. And then it's all there, and maybe pop into colonial and pull the old King James Bible out of the safe and have a little look at that too.
It's all action-packed for the next one.
Yeah, it is actually.
A treasure in the safe.
Yes,
Have
it
our
is a
comfy
treasure.
shoes on.
Wear comfy shoes.
We used to live at home.
Yes.
You're just sinking around.
Yeah.
I actually just seen some people the other day. They were at Hoskins Springs, where the eels climb up to migrate back. They were out there the other day. I was seeing someone taking photos, and I thought, know that place?
Yes, we went there, didn't we?
Yeah.
We did.
That big cliff.
Yeah, that was unbelievable, wasn't
That would have been good to see the eels doing that, wouldn't it?
And that's one of the things, like I do the Walking for Truth, which I'm quite passionate about, is that the truth needs to be, say, exposed or need to be brought forward. It's not changing history.
Yeah.
We're just letting you know this is actual true history.
Yeah.
It's not to change history.
Yeah.
And it needs to be able to grow and to heal together. There's one foot in front of the other, and that's all we can do as a nation. Walk gently together, one foot in front of the other, and I'm quite passionate about that, and that also will roll over into my role as a provincial walkabouter.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely.
That we're journeying together. It's our journey together. I don't really see how you can really do the cultural awareness in the boardroom.
No, you've got to go
Not
out
when
there
you've got
and be out there.
this stuff happening, and it's coming from the traditional people in those areas. We
Yeah.
can't keep saying, well, we'll get so-and-so in.
Yeah.
Let's just go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's so important. And
Yeah, no. The things that you pick up, I even thinking about that place where you stayed in the bus because of the mayfly, but just how clever First Nation people were about where they they catch things, and then, you know, all that sort of stuff. You can't learn that in a book.
And with sundials and all those, all the different seasons that were.
Yeah, and how they map the
Yeah,
seasons and how much it
very
made sense.
informative.
Yeah, makes sense, didn't it? When
Yes.
you thought, well, that's better than our calendar.
Yeah, you missed that.
I didn't care.
The magpie was there.
The magpie was a ripper, wasn't it? It didn't hit anybody in the head.
No, just
If
But-
fly.
and
I went, it would have hit me, I'm sure.
It was just, he knew that the lead man.
What was his name again?
I can't remember.
Reuben?
Oh yeah, Reuben.
Reuben.
Yes, it was Reuben.
Yeah, he was definitely
That was his
attracted
friend.
to Reuben.
He was magnificent though for a young bloke.
He was very informative.
I found all of them were, you know, that young lady that showed us the number 7 tour.
Oh, that was
Oh,
great.
she was
good.
magnificent,
Yeah,
wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah, just to go through all those things
And also talking about cultural protocol
yes,
in being able to show us these artifacts are actually male instruments.
Yes.
And she showed the cultural protocol by getting permission from the men before which was really good.
And she was good in helping us shape the thoughts about that original issue around the white person who had all the artefacts. And you know, she said, well, that's actually against the law. Like, you know, like she was...
She was going to put a complaint in, wasn't she?
Yep.
She was going to contact someone in Melbourne about that.
Yeah.
Well, my experience there was being very disappointed in watching all the Asian people chasing the emus around.
Oh,
yeah, that was terrible.
Very disappointing, and I think it's maybe only the first time in my life I've ever spoken up in public and told someone to cut it out.
Yeah, that was...
And they kept looking back. Like, that was very disappointing to me to see that.
Yeah.
They thought it was so funny.
Yeah.
That was actually the first time I worn a possum skin. And I was quite a little bit tacked off against feeling it. And
It wasn't the best possum skin I've ever seen.
No, I
Was it?
want them to be too.
Yeah, but they weren't whole like that.
But you know, when I felt it, it actually felt, I felt loved.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
felt comfort in it. It was very
We've actually
bizarre,
made a possum skin.
very
out of it.
bizarre feeling that I've never felt before. That hug from that possum skin. Even though I'm so far from home, yet I still felt, actually this is home here.
Mm.
Anne and I have made a possum skin.
You made a cloak, yeah. Cloak, yeah. Hanging in the library in Bendigo. And we didn't do it by ourselves. There was
No, it was
quite a few people involved.
Yeah.
my granddaughter.
My granddaughter, yeah.
Oh, so nice. We'll have to go a trip to the library.
To the library. Pull out the diary, go with us. Lunch at my house.
It was good.
Yeah, no, it was pretty special.
Yeah, and it's really special for me to be able to have Anne and Heather on the trip as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I took it.
We did learn a lot
Yes.
that we didn't know.
No. No.
No, you just get into your own little community and you sort of stay there. And sometimes when you're our colour, you look down on if you're trying to find out cultural things or going to places and people just, you don't feel like saying, I'm Aboriginal, not getting it in the head, you know, but it was good in a group. It was very good.
Well, and you talk about community and being accepted. That's exactly what you've done to me when I came to Bendigo. I was here for a little while, but then I
Took us a while to find you.
took you. I met you at that community consultation night, and actually through Walkabout 24 hours, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it kind of tickled them. Then 25 came up, and I said to my bishop, I have some elders I'd like to invite on Walkabout, and he said, go ahead, do it.
Yeah, we really did appreciate that.
And, so
Very excited.
I took you.
I felt very special being able to do that and the bishop allowing that to happen.
Very special.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, so you took me into your community. It made me feel as I belong here with you.
Yeah. Well, you do.
I feel at home. I feel safe.
Mm.
And as you've known just recently, you're my first port of call when the world collapses. I have a safe place. So thank
You
you.
do. Yeah.
Lovely.
Mm.
Well, that's Deadly Grannies, isn't it? That's
Yes.
what you
Yeah,
do.
Granny.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we care for everybody. Or try.
We try our best.
We try our best. Mm.
Oh, lovely.
Mm.
All right. Any final words?
Oh, maybe I should introduce myself.
Maybe
I just thought of that then.
I was pausing and I didn't want to pressure you. All right, introduce yourself.
My name is Heather Priest. I'm a proud Kooyoora woman, but I was born in Victoria. I've lived here all my life. I'm a grandmother, I'm a great grandmother. I have 3 children. Yeah.
Lovely. Well, thanks for introducing yourself at the end.
I actually just thought of it.
And you know what? I
can
haven't
edit
either. I
that.
haven't introduced myself
Oh,
yet.
well, you
No.
can go ahead. Canon Shannon,
I'm the Canon Shannon. I'm the Canon Shannon.
Cannonball Shannon.
I'm Cannonball. Yes.
Any final words, Cannonball?
Wiradjuri country. Born and raised. My grandmother's a Wiradjuri woman. My grandfather's a Woromai man. Freshwater, saltwater. So I find it quite easy to adapt to both freshwater and the saltwater. And just need to keep on plugging along, I think. So next week I'll be walking across Wiradjuri country in truth telling.
Yeah.
So
Walk the truth.
true, that's me. So I was thinking the next t-shirt would be provincial walkabout. I think they stole our footprints.
They must have.
I think they stole them. So we're going to say steal there. They said national, we're going to say provincial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Should have put a copyright on those footprints.
I know, we should have.
Someone should have.
I'll talk to Travis about that next week. You know those footprints? You owe us some money. Kooyoora's looking for you, mate. You stole our footprints.
I'm sure he'll be very scared of that.
Yeah, he'd be scared. But you know, in a sense that the footprints, is that what we're leaving? We're leaving a footprint in the Bendigo Diocesan. And I think that's the legacy, that footprint is the legacy that we will leave behind here for the next person who comes after me. The footprint, you can't escape that.
No.
It's already been laid, it's set.
Yeah. And from Bendigo, but you think about we travelled in
Yeah.
Gippsland.
They just keep going. Yeah. Follow the leader. Follow your
Yes.
footsteps. Footprints, whatever they are.
Lovely.
So,
We're
but there's
back.
so much in Victoria to see. Like what we see was minute compared to what's out there.
Mungo country's beautiful.
Yeah.
We sort of missed a bit of Hall's Gap, didn't we? Because it was raining, was it?
I think really
There's
bad
some
timing.
I think we ran out of time, didn't we?
Bad timing. Really didn't. We should have went there and stayed a whole night for nothing.
It was good that we could be flexible around that.
Yeah,
Well,
Like,
and that's a really good thing about
Yes.
Walkabout as well.
We're flexible.
Yeah. And if something comes up, like we do see something, like, oh, let's go do that.
We'll do
I
it.
think we ran out of time.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
And it seemed
we
like it was a long time. It was
We were
tiring,
really tired that day.
but there was so much more we could have done and probably wanted to
We
do.
went a long way that day. Didn't we go from Bort?
Yeah, I think we
And
did.
we were going somewhere and then we didn't have enough time to get to there. We went,
Oh, we had time, all right.
It
Well, I
was
had
a long trip that day though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, no.
some of us made it a little longer for others.
Some of us are older than you.
Our bones a bit older.
Yeah, they bump along that road a bit.
But we done good. I really enjoyed it. And I especially enjoyed it because some people around me probably never been out into the country area. And then we went out through and shot through that dirt road. And I thought, they would have been experiencing something that they'd never experienced before, driving down a dirt road in the middle of nowhere. Like that we take for granted that we did all the time growing up as
I did.
yeah.
I was going, when we got to Hall's Gap, she decided that this is where her grandparents came from.
Yeah. Well, see,
She'd never been there before.
Phyllis's family had come from Ebenezer Mission, which is in Dimbora. This is where I'd planned to go.
That's where my uncle's from, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Ebenezer. And so there was a executive decision to go straight to Hall's Gap. But all that area is where Phyllis's family came from. It's the first time she'd gone back ever, wasn't it? Since she was a baby. So it was quite an emotional time for Phyllis. Really.
Well, thank you all, lovely ladies, for your generosity on Walkabout and also here.
Thank you for letting us to experience it.
It's great.